Ip Man 2. Wow. Well, unfortunately, the ending was a really good climax, but it was fiction. I just did all my reading about Ip Man, and I still continue to read about him as I watch the movies. And a lot of the stories that we hear about Ip Man in the movies, well, the true part that I know of about Ip Man, yes, he was a master of Wing Chung, a type of kung fu martial arts. He was wealthy, and he trained Bruce Lee. Well, unfortunately, show business likes to add fiction or adds things that make us more interested in Ip Man, but no. In real life, he was just a person with a skill for martial arts. And yes, when Bruce Lee was 16, he did train with Ip Man, and we see that further in Ip Man 3 and 4, slightly. Ip Man 2 focuses on him expanding the magic and the greatness of Wing Chun, and it also shows what happens when you move into a new environment. You make friends and you make enemies. Basically, what I saw in Ip Man 2 was you're going to make friends and you're going to make foes. Or sometimes your foes become your friends. And if I had to choose my favorite part, it would be when he is in a restaurant and they're fighting on top of a slippery table. Whew. I thought The Matrix had awesome fight scenes. They do, but this one... yeah, this one, there's no guns. Well, I mean, yeah, in The Matrix, there were scenes where they didn't fight with guns, but they fought with knives and swords and sais. In the scene in the diner, or the restaurant, sorry, they're just using straight-up martial arts. No weapons. From what I've seen in the first two Ip Man movies, it's practically the same story over and over again. People will say, yeah, that's boring, but I quite enjoyed it. This also focuses, yes, it does focus on him moving to Hong Kong and, yeah, making some enemies and, becoming victorious. It also focuses on a true fact on his life. Yes, he moved to Hong Kong. Yes, he taught Bruce Lee. And yes, he had a class. He taught a Wing Chung class in Hong Kong. And that scene at the very beginning where a young man arrives at his house and he says, I'd like to learn martial arts. All right, would you like to see? Yeah. And then he's defeated, the young man's defeated, then he comes back with a few of his friends, and they say, can you be our Shifu, can you be our master? We'll make sure to pay your school fees after, he says. One student became 4 students, 4 students became 10 students, 10 students became 17 students. And you see that gradual growth in this. I love it when that happens. You see that in martial arts TV shows like the first season of Cobra Kai. I actually quite liked it more than the first one. Well, I mean, the first one was a great introduction to who Ip Man was and how skilled of a martial arts instructor or master he was. And it also focuses on him creating friends out of foes. And now I've got a few other films to go. I want to own the whole Ip Man package. I really want to see all the movies, and then I want to buy the package. I just know for sure I'm going to love them. And just a reminder, I watched these Hong Kong Cantonese speaking movies because it's my paternal ancestors' native language, and ever since they've passed, I haven't heard them speak. I haven't heard my dad or my uncle speak Cantonese since their passings. So hearing them speak the Cantonese language, it reminds me of who my paternal ancestors were and where we all came from on that side of the family. As for Ip Man 2, I enjoyed it more than the first one, so I'm going to give it easy 10 out of 10 film cameras. So far, I love the Ip Man films. But will I like the third one or the fourth one more than this one? We'll see. So my next review, one that I didn't see in the theater, but thank goodness it's on iTunes, which I've rented, The Humans. Inspired by the play me, my friend, and probably 200 people saw live in the theater.